You owe me a lunch or a dinner because we made the bet that Tom Brady would go to a different team. I didn't have any idea what team it would be, and I would never have guessed the Bucs, but I'm right.
You won. You're right. I forgot all about our bet. So I owe you a burger and some fries or whatever you want to do. I'm down for that. We're due to make some lunch anyways. Now, I don't know, I think I deserve some of the credit since I'm kind of the guy that broke the story that said it's going to be New England or Tampa Bay.
Yes. And I went back too, Chris, and I did because I remember I was like, man, Chris has talked about Tampa Bay the last couple of times he brought up Brady. And I looked back at a couple of our podcasts, and you would always throw out Tampa Bay as one of those possible destinations, even after you said, he's looking to go to a team that can contend this year, which I don't think the Bucs can't contend this year. Right. And I think you think the same thing. You did keep bringing up the Bucs, and so I will give you credit there that they were always kind of one of those teams on the outside that you were talking about. But one thing that I'm kind of curious to ask you about, and we talked about it before with Bruce Arians, and you've talked a lot with Mike about the Brady situation, and you've covered a lot of the topics. I don't know that I've heard you, because Arians' offense, the quarterback is expected to stand in the pocket. And you've brought up that's the one thing that you don't know that Brady has the capability to do anymore and didn't last year in New England. So the fit with him in that situation with this offense.
Yeah, no, I think that's just to start there, that's my number one concern. I like a lot of the other aspects of why it works, and I'll get into that. But yes, you've heard me state it many times, okay? Yes, that's my only issue with Brady right now. It's my only issue when I look at his game is just that little reluctancy to hold on to the ball, to say, hey, there's a guy coming open 25 yards downfield. Yes, I'm going to have to take the hit, but it's going to be a big play. Thought I saw, and you heard me say it throughout the year, a number of games last year in situations where I just felt like, oh, the guy's going to be open. I need to take a big hit. Oh, let me just get it out to the short receiver and just get the ball out of my hand and not take the hit. Now, so that's a concern. And just because I look for justification sometimes in those things, some guys can see film a different. I had a number of people throughout this Brady process when they evaluated Brady or were watching free agents on the Patriots or whatever it may be, they had heard me say that and they thought, I had coaches basically what I'm telling you in the NFL go, I think you're right. I think that's the number one issue with Brady right now. Now, do I think he can get better at that? I do. First off, when you go to a new team, right, Ahmed, or a new team, you're just going to a new team here in NBC, right? I'm kind of new here too. You want to prove your worth and, I'm good and I'll do all those little things and I'm going to prove to you that you made the right decision. A guy like Bruce Arians has tremendous people skills. Byron Leftwich is a great dude. Brady's going to want to prove he's worth the money, and I'm Tom Brady, to where I think those little things can make you tougher in the pocket, let's say, to where he's going to go, damn, coach is telling me to hang in there and throw the ball down the field, and I really like this coach, and I want to please him. And I do think he can be better there, and it's not unrealistic to think that he can improve in that compared to what I saw this past season.
Yeah, I mean, because you look at all of the past quarterbacks that have played for Bruce Arians, and they're amongst the tops of air yards downfield. They're expected to stand there, wait for those receivers to get deep downfield. The good thing for the Bucs is they got a couple good and fast ones that can get down the field pretty quickly, and so that could help too. So
definitely,
yeah, that was the one thing, the one fit. I was like, okay, it seems like a good fit with the weapons there. And we said last year there were multiple times where we said, Chris, we're like, we like this Bucs team.
Yes.
This is a really interesting, fun team, both on the offensive side of the ball, but also on the defensive side of the ball, and they've been able to retain a lot of that.
Right. They're one of those teams, regardless if they had Brady or not, I would have put an asterisk next to say, watch out for the Bucs next year. Now, of course, that goes up to a bigger asterisk now with Tom Brady there. But you said it, Ahmed. He's got weapons around him, like real weapons. Like Mike Evans is, annually one of the most underrated receivers in football. I mean, gosh, there's not many people on planet Earth that are 6'5" and 230 and run 4.37. That's what kind of freak he is. Chris Godwin, a beast. They got two really good tight ends. I mean, Cameron Brate's really good. O.J. Howard has the physical potential to be a superstar. So, though that alone has got to make Brady feel good. And you're right about what you said with Arians throwing the ball down the field. And this is why I like it too, because Brady's arm is still top notch. I mean, I know we talked about that a lot during the year too. I mean, he's still got the 100-mile-per-hour fastball. So he is physically going to be able to deliver on the things that Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich ask of him in that offense when they want him to throw a 50-yard post or a 25-yard out route or whatever it may be. Brady's going to have no problem with that. So that's a good thing too. And then, Ahmed, I don't know if you've ever had a job where you feel like you were underappreciated there, or maybe, but he's going to get that whole aspect too. He's going to he's going to feel rejuvenated. That organization, the Glaziers are a great family. They're one of the great owners in the league. I love them. We just talked about Bruce Arians, the way he is. Jason Light, the GM's got a great way about him. These are guys you would want to hang out with and have a beer with, right? And he's going to get that aspect of damn, my coach is actually caring about me. He's bullshitting with me. We're joking. He's going to have a whole new, look at football as compared to the way things are done in New England, where sometimes, it feels a little cold, to say the least.
It totally makes sense to me because, honestly, you hear a lot of people saying, for good reason, why would he ever want to leave New England, a place where he's had so much success for 20 years? But I'm a guy I've had the same job for about a max of 5 years and moved all around the country and been in New Jersey and at MLB Network and then out in the West Coast in the Bay Area. I get it. It really is true. It's a cliche, but you only live once.
That's right.
And why not experience something at the end of your career for Tom Brady, exactly for the reasons that you pointed out right there. It's a different vibe. You're maybe more appreciated there. You get to have a new experience because at the end of the day, that's pretty cool too, is playing 2 more years in New England better. And you're going to remember that more than a totally new experience in Florida. I don't think so. So I don't blame him at all for wanting to do something completely different.
No, me neither. I mean, good for him. I never would have thought it would have been the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I really wouldn't have, even though I know I brought it up. And even when I had found out from, people in the know in the situation, there was the rumor that the Chargers were involved. I had been told very early that there was no way he was going to go to the West Coast unless it was for the 49ers. Other than that, I had been told they didn't think it would happen. And, I just still, even when it came down to Tampa, New England, I really thought New England was going to swoop in at the last second and just give him enough money to where he said, okay, this is great. Let's do it one more shot. But didn't happen. He's in Tampa. It's really cool. And I'm pumped because I have a special place in my heart for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for sure.
So I want to get your opinion on who now the favorite is in both the NFC South and the AFC East, because I think those are fascinating discussions. Right. But real quick, the market for Brady seemed kind of small, right? Yeah. I mean, in the end, when you look at it, it's like if it doesn't work out in Tampa or Jameis Winston has a great last couple games and they stick with Jameis there, he goes back to New England or else he has to make that sacrifice and move out West Coast. I mean, it really seems like it was a very, very small market.
Yeah, well, again, even though he's Tom Brady and he's amazing and, I like the guy and he's still got a strong arm, I think, people saw, a little bit of a slope down as far as his play is concerned. 2, when you sign a guy like Tom Brady, there's just you're asking for a media frenzy. I mean, that's all Tampa's going to talk about in their locker room for the next year. I mean, that's every guy in the locker room. That's all it's going to be talked about. The coaches, all of that. Plus, he is 43 years old, so there's the risk of that him going, okay, that's it, man. I took a beating this year. I'm done. And then you're back in the same boat again next year. And then one other thing too that I just think is interesting. I had a coach say this to me over the weekend, that he thought a lot of teams were scared of Brady because Brady has seen how things are done in New England for so long that this coach thought that teams would scare away because they're afraid they'll be exposed by Brady. He's going to go in and be like, what? Yeah. You do it like this? What?
That's interesting.
Coaches, yeah. You're leaving now? You're going home? What? Belichick would be sleeping here. Well, we wouldn't do it and I think there was a little bit of a fear factor out there with that too. So I think all of those angles, played into this whole story.
And there would be no way to justify that. You couldn't say, "Oh, it's worked for us," because no team has had the success of the
Right.
the New
That's what I
England
mean.
Patriots.
That's what I mean. Exactly right.
You could justify it at all. All right, so let's look at the AFC East first. So
Yeah.
you got a Brady-less New England Patriots who have dominated that division forever. I was looking at some of the odds here, some of the NFL futures that have been updated.
Yeah, what are they?
So odds to win the AFC Championship on one side, I'm looking at. The Chiefs are still on top, and then you have the Ravens, then you have the Colts, and then you have three teams at 15-1. That is the Steelers, the Bills, and the Patriots.
Okay.
So at least according to this one place, the Patriots and Bills have the exact same chance to get to the AFC Championship game. So I guess a neck-and-neck race for the AFC East. Well, I have a hard time believing that New England is not going to be the favorite when we get to week one in the AFC East. But I mean, the Bills have improved as well with Stephon Diggs. I don't know. That's close. I don't know who would be the favorite right now.
Well, yeah, I hear you. I guess I would probably favor Buffalo a little bit. I probably would. But that doesn't mean to say like I'm feeling really confident and I'm going to go to the casino and drop 10 grand on it and go Bills are winning the AFC East. I mean, you're right. I mean, we're all crazy if you think the Patriots are going to fall off earth. I don't give a shit who the quarterback is. Jarrett Stidham, yep, I know he hasn't played a lot. New England doesn't give a shit. New England,
and they like him.
Yeah, they love him. New England went 11-5 with a quarterback that didn't play college football. All right. So, and I understand the team was really good at that time, and I understand that. But still, you know, this is still a defense that's special. The best secondary. Really right. So I'm not going to sit here and say they're going to fall off earth. Plus, we know that some of these young receivers they had last year that underperformed, they're going to be better. You know, they signed a Damiere Byrd, who I think is a really good signing for them, a wide receiver from the Arizona Cardinals. So, yeah, I think New England will still be very much in the mix, but I am going to give Buffalo the edge right now.
NFC South.
Oh, baby.
So this is where it gets interesting. So last year there was no contest. The Saints were 13-3.
Yep.
Then you had the Falcons and Bucks both at 7-9. I think the Bucks were better than that record indicates.
Yep.
You can't overcome 30 interceptions that easily.
It's hard
for any team.
Right.
So let me look at the futures now. In the NFC, to get to the NFC Championship game, it is the 49ers first. Then you have three teams at 13-2. Cowboys, Saints, and Buccaneers.
Wow.
The Saints and Buccaneers both at 13-2, according to this one website. That's another one where I have a hard time thinking that the Saints won't be the favorite come week one. Do you think the Bucs have really made up that much of a gap just with Tom Brady?
No, I don't. I'm not the Bucs, you know, again, I'm certainly, like we talked about to start the show here, like I'm aware, I'm looking at it going, damn, there's potential, but I got to see a little bit of the product first before I'm going to just make some jump like that and say that, you know. And again, like, yes, the quarterback play is going to be more steady. There's no doubt about that. That's awesome. I get that. But you know, also, this is a quarterback at 43 adjusting to a new life, a new team, a new system. It is a good division. The Falcons are going to be better, okay? Carolina, yeah, I'm not expecting a lot. I think they're going to be a pain in the butt. And then New Orleans, to me, is still in the cream of the crop of the NFC. They're not going anywhere here. So, yeah, I'm not giving them the advantage over that right now. Plus, this is the other thing we got to take into account. I love the Bucs. They signed JPP back. They franchised Shaquille Barrett. All good. The Bucs pass defense sucked last year. You know, so again, you got Tom Brady, and that's all that. And let me just check because I want to see exactly where they were ranked in pass defense. I think it was towards the bottom. Yeah, it's 30th in football. So, you know, also I got to see that improve a little bit before I sit here and start going NFC Championship game for the Bucs. Certainly improved. I feel more confident about them, no doubt. But I'm not ready to sit here and say like, oh, they're definitely in the cream of the crop in the NFC quite yet.
So here's the real question.
Yeah.
Which team finishes with the better record, the New England Patriots or TB's new team, TB?
Man, so this is tough.
It is.
I think I'm going to go with the New England Patriots.
I would too.
I am. Now, the biggest reason, the Bucs schedule is the real deal. Yep. They got to play the AFC West. They got to play the NFC North, where we could have argued that was, one of the better divisions in football last year. The Bears were the third best team and almost made the playoffs. And it was a down year for them, right? Yeah. And then, of course, we just hit it on it. The NFC South is no joke either. So I just look at it from that aspect. And, yes, I know it's Tom Brady, but there's more in place in New England and a formula that is proven and I like where, hey, I see the potential in Tampa, but I'm just not ready to say that yet. I can't do it.
I mean, the Dolphins might be better.
Yeah, the Bills will be better. Jets will be better.
You think the Jets will be better too?
I do. I think it's going to be a better division, certainly. But I'm not going to sit here and just go, oh man, the New England is screwed because Tom Brady's gone. I'm not. I don't believe that.
It'll be close. I think it'll come down to the final week or two, week 19 or however many weeks we have now in the NFL season.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to follow. Okay. Can we go through, because you've been talking with Mike about all the free agent moves, but I don't think you have given your top 5 winners yet. The teams that you think so far.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.